Roll call, please.
Councilmember Clevenger,
Here.
Councilmember Roberts,
Here.
Councilmember Clark,
Here.
Councilmember Palumbi. Here. Councilmember Graves.
Here.
Councilmember Saper,
Here.
Councilmember Tull,
Here.
Councilmember Smith.
Here. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. Pledge of Allegiance tonight will be led by Councilmember Clevenger.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, moving right along. Approval of the agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, no. It passes. Comments from the public. Are there any comments from the public, Liz? No, I'm kidding. there are. I was putting the pressure on. There are no comments. Seeing no comments from the public, we will move on to the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion passes. On to number 9.
Financial Disclosure Ordinance, Bill Number 7616, Ordinance Number 9413.
I didn't read it. Crystal, Kim.
That's okay.
Kim,
I'd like
Kim.
to call on the city clerk, Crystal Doss.
There you go. Thank you.
This is the Financial Disclosure Ordinance. This is the ordinance that sets the way that we are going to disclose personal conflicts of interest. We have to pass this and send it in to the Missouri Ethics Commission. The only people that need to file with us, since we're over $1 million, is the Chief Purchasing Officer, the Administrative Officer, our full-time General Counsel, the elected officials, and any employees who have had a transaction of more than $500 with the political subdivision.
Thank you. Are there any comments?
First reading.
Councilmember Clevenger has a
I
comment.
just had a question. That does not include like reimbursement for travel or anything like that, correct?
No, and it doesn't include the pay that you receive.
Okay. Second.
Any further, Councilmember Graves?
Yeah, so I just want to make sure that I read through this document, and just to make sure, so people on city council that do business with the city over $500 have to report. Do you tell us who needs to report? Like, or do any of us need to report? Because there are people up here that have done financial transactions.
You filled one of these out when you signed up,
Yeah.
and now every year in January, the Missouri Ethics Commission will send you an email and tell you that you need to complete it, and then send a copy of it to me.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Any further councilmember comments?
It just
Seeing-
says Honorable Mayor Stulo instead of,
Why you got to bring that up? I thought we were going to
That's
sail
all.
right through there. There's always one person. No, I'm kidding.
We
I'm not calling on
apologize
you
for
anymore.
that.
I'm kidding. Okay. I believe there's a first by Councilmember Smith
Yep,
and a
second
second
by-
by Councilmember
On the
Clevenger.
memo. Okay, hold on, I missed all that because I was looking for where Amy was pointing out. That was my memo I saw.
There was a motion for first reading by Councilmember Smith.
Okay,
It was
second?
seconded by Councilmember Clevenger.
Okay,
We are now all in favor. Please say yes.
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 Opposed, no.
Do you have to call us individually or not?
That's next. That's
Oh, okay.
next. We're getting ahead of
Okay.
ourselves here.
We're on first reading.
an ordinance of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri to establish a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain officials.
I move that bill number 7616 be placed on second and final reading and passes ordinance number 9413.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Clevenger.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilmember Roberts.
Yes.
Councilmember Clark.
Yes.
Councilmember Palumbi.
Yes.
Councilmember Graves.
Yes.
Councilmember Saper.
Yes.
Councilmember Tull.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
An ordinance of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri to establish a procedure to disclose potential conflicts of interest and substantial interest for certain officials. Number 10, amending the city code to reduce the number of 3 a.m. alcohol beverage licenses. Bill number 7615, ordinance number 9412.
Kim.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to call on the Police Chief, Kevin Freeman.
Good evening, Mayor, City Council. What you have before you is a request to amend City Code 4.12.380, which would further reduce the number of special permit 3 o'clock retail by the drink licenses the city issues from what is currently 5 down to 4. And you see in the paperwork provided, we started this path down in 2019 with the reduction from 8 to 6. We learned that one of those 6 closed and then reduced it further to 5 at that point. AMF Pro Bowl is now closed, which would allow us to reduce it down to 4. The theory is, and the police department supports, the city council supported back in 2019, is the eventually reducing all the 3 o'clock special permit licenses to 0. So what you have before you is a request to just amend that code down so there is only 4 available. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
All right, just a couple quick ones from me. Are there any outstanding or have you heard of anyone wanting to request one? I don't know who that goes towards.
No.
No. If someone requested one, would you just tell them it's no longer available, or do we consider it, or what would be your
If this
course of
action is approved, we would tell them that
You would just tell them it's
not available.
Perfect, thank
Yep.
you. Councilmember Clevenger.
A couple of things. First of all, appreciate your action on this, Chief. However, I don't know if I'm not remembering correctly or what have you. I know we reduced them, but I don't remember us ever talking about eliminating them completely. I know we've got a few places here that still use them. I know there's one location that has the license that doesn't even use it now. But I don't want to certainly limit any kind of economic development or something that may come to us that may be a good idea that may need a 3 o'clock license. I'd like to see some data, on what the difference is between a 1:30 bar and a 3 o'clock bar, if there's different as far as number of calls or incidents there, but, I don't remember ever talking about eliminating it, and I may not remember correctly, but I'm not in favor of eliminating it completely, so.
I'll tell you one difference I saw when I took over Mayor Steelo's desk was about a foot of paperwork between 1:30 and 3.
Yeah.
And police reports, that's just from what I saw there. And I don't know, someone can elaborate on specifics.
Without data, I'd be happy to invite you out between 1:30 and 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And
I'll
see
go
the
with it.
difference. The more that alcohol is consumed at these establishments, the higher the likelihood of problems that occur. And we've had some very serious ones, up to and including a homicide and a couple of stabbings. So
Sure. At a place that's
we're not
available.
looking to remove the 3 o'clock licenses completely from these businesses that have them. Should this same thing apply and one of these other businesses close, we'd come back to you again and request that reduction go down to 3. But we're not coming after any business right now to take away these licenses that have them legitimately.
Any further comments?
First reading?
Second.
First and second. All in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no.
No.
No. 7-1, motion carries. Clevenger dissent.
An ordinance amending Title IV Alcoholic Beverages of the Code of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri by amending Paragraph A of Section 4.12.380 thereof.
I move that Bill number 7615 be placed on second and final reading and passes ordinance number 9412.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Clevenger.
No, ma'am.
Councilmember Roberts.
Yes.
Councilmember Clark.
Yes.
Councilmember Palumbi.
Yes.
Councilmember Graves.
Yes.
Councilmember Saper.
Yes.
Councilmember Toll.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Sit.
Ooh, yikes.
An ordinance amending Title IV Alcoholic Beverages of the Code of the City of North Kansas City, Missouri by amending Paragraph A of Section 4.12.380 thereof. Number 11, adoption of salary ranges for calendar year 2022, resolution number 21-058.
Kim.
I'd like to call on the Human Resource Manager, Casey Campbell.
Does this go on?
Oh, I think I turned it on, actually.
Okay,
Oh, it should be on.
there it is. Good evening, Mayor and Council. The city's personnel policy provides that the city council shall approve city's overall job classification system, salary ranges, and general compensation strategy and plan. On August 20th, 2019, the city council approved recommendations coming out of a compensation study performed by Gallagher Bassett. Benefit Services, sorry. One of those recommendations is that in order to remain competitive, that we remain competitive in the marketplace, that we maintain a current and workable compensation program. Salary ranges be adjusted annually. Gallagher Benefit Services has recommended that salary ranges be increased from 2 to 2.5% for 2021. Accordingly, staff recommends that salary ranges be increased by 2.5%. I'd welcome any questions.
Thank you. Any council member comments? Councilmember Clevenger, then Councilmember Roberts. Or did you not? You were just, Councilmember Roberts.
I would just like to suggest a slightly higher increase. 2 to 2.5% is relatively low. I mean, that's considered a cost of living increase. I would feel more comfortable in like the 3 to 4 range, which I think is more acceptable in actual yearly raise. That's it. That's all I got.
Councilmember Smith.
And now, we're increasing the ranges, correct? Like the bottom and top. Now, most salaries live somewhere in the middle, so that
So-
won't directly impact.
To clarify that, two separate transactions. We do have a budgeted number for increases, and then this is just the salary range adjustment, sliding that scale. Yeah.
Councilmember Clevenger.
What's the range this year for increases, like 3 to 4%?
We are proposing in the budget that will be presented to you in a few weeks, 3% in the aggregate. So that, of course, means that your lower performers may have a lower range and your higher performers may have a little bit higher, but in the aggregate, it'd be 3%.
There you go. Move to approve.
Second.
Any further comments? Seeing none. All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no. Motion carries.
Number 12, approving accounts due and payable by the city through July 30th, 2021. Bill number 7617, ordinance number 9414.
First reading?
Second.
All those in favor, please say yes.
Yes.
Opposed, no.
An ordinance authorizing payment for certain accounts due and payable by the city through July 30th, 2021.
I move that bill number 7617 be placed on second and final reading and pass as ordinance number 9414.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Councilmember Clevenger.
Yes, ma'am.
Councilmember Roberts.
Yes.
Councilmember Clark.
Yes.
Councilmember Plumby.
Yes.
Councilmember Graves.
Yes.
Councilmember Safer.
Yes.
Councilmember Tull.
Yes.
Councilmember Smith.
Yes.
An ordinance authorizing payment for certain accounts due and payable by the city through July 30th, 2021.
Staff, is that where I am? Staff comments.
Thank you so much, Mayor. Inside of your packet, there were several items that we have attached to your agenda, including the upcoming city items of note. As per the North Kansas City Business Council's contract for services, they are required to provide you an annual report that has been attached to this as well, to this agenda. They are slated to come forward in September to present their report, along with the city's consideration of renewing their contract for services in the upcoming budget year. Also included is the YMCA quarterly report, number 2. As well as a letter from Dr. Righteous with the North Kansas City Hospital providing a COVID update. That is something that the City Council has requested be done with all of the City Council meetings. He does send his regrets that he was unable to attend in person. He had a work conflict this evening. One more quick item. We did receive a call from Dr. White over at the high school who has put in a request due to, on the same topic, changing COVID protocol. One of the things that they would like to request, and it was quite literally thought of today, I believe, or last night. So Meet the Teacher is Thursday, August, let me look, the 19th. They would like to close off Howell Street right in front of the high school to be able to perform Meet the Teacher night outside, to kind of respond to a lot of our COVID changing protocols. They have circulated a map, and I have circulated that to our public safety officers. We don't have a complete packet for you this evening, and we didn't have time to notice it. So the thought process was we would request the city council to kind of give a thumbs up, thumbs down, so that they can plan this event and then bring forward the more formal action on that Tuesday, the 17th city council agenda. Thank you, council. Again, you'll see that short-term conditional come forward on that Tuesday before the Thursday, but they kind of wanted a thumbs up, thumbs down so that they can begin planning. That is all of the staff comments that I'm aware of this evening, unless any other staff has something that they would like to discuss.
Good, I like she's putting them on the spot now instead of me.
I-
Anybody? Anthony? No, I'm kidding.
That's all that
No,
we
I'm just
ha-
going to call on him every meeting.
That's all that we have for you this evening.
Okay. Council member comments. Councilmember Clevenger, please.
All right, well, we had a short meeting tonight, so I'll try to make up with my council member comments. No, three things. First of all, we got these back on, masks. I know they're not popular, but I think they're needed at this time with the way things are going, the way the numbers are going. The children can't be vaccinated that are under 12. Several council members here have children under 12, so want to make sure we keep them and the public safe. So I know it's not popular, but mask up like we are here. If you go into a business and they ask you to mask up, don't give them any trouble, please. Want to welcome several new businesses to the community. We got a new Mexican restaurant, got a new bakery. So welcome to you guys. Love having you here and wish you the best of luck. And, regarding new businesses and, the kinks that they try to work out, I want to thank my cohort here, Adam Roberts, for kind of giving her perspective on that and kind of giving us a view of what it's like to be a business owner and the struggles they go through. So thank you. That's it.
Councilmember Roberts.
I don't have much. Mask up. It's not too difficult, but what is difficult is dying in a hospital or killing one of your friends and family. It's exciting that the grocery store has been announced. People seem very responsive of it and excited about that, so it's cool to see that. I saw 2 different news articles today about it, so that's exciting. And then finally, this Sunday, well, today's day of is not very cool, but this Sunday, it's International Cat Day. So I want to see everybody's cat photos online and have a great day with your kitties. That's it.
All right. Yeah, everybody get your shot, please. I stood in front of somebody smoking a cigarette that was concerned about the carcinogens that might be present in the shot. Okay. One quick question I had, I believe we voted on it, and you guys can also nod to me, it just came up, is we have a lot of people that are going to be sending in requests for block parties. Well, my neighborhood especially is hoping to have one. Did we not grant you the right to be able to approve without us sitting around and things like that? Yeah, I worried about the time period, so.
So the reason that the school one got brought up publicly too is because he called me, and I know a concern is going to be, you start seeing a large group outside, and I also want there to be some transparency to kind of what's going on with
Sure.
their specific request. Because I know we had that issue at the Mackin Park before, well, all of a sudden it's a bunch of large gatherings, and people see restrictions and they see a large gathering.
Nobody
So it's
comes
something
over
they
to
requested.
Seminole.
Yeah.
We're pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
We're just going to keep it pretty buttoned up. Pretty cool. But that's it for me.
All I wanted to say was I wanted to thank everybody in town for their support and their commitment to keeping our city safe, especially with the new mask mandates. I know this is not where we expected to be a year ago or even 6 months ago, but it really is going to take all of us to see those numbers come back down and see those curves come going the other way again. So I commend everybody for really supporting us. I know that this is not comfortable for any of us. I promise you, I don't want to wear them any more than you guys do. And like Amy said, please get your vaccines if you haven't yet.
Thank you. Councilmember Graves.
Hello, everyone. So last meeting, I brought up the skate park, which residents are in favor of establishing a skate park. Right now, there's a focus on establishing the playground at River Forest, and I believe that once that is completed, then we should shift focus to a skate park. And also, this might seem kind of strange because it's been hot outside this week, but I was thinking about last winter, how it got really super cold. It was 5 degrees for, a week straight. And we had a lot of issues in our community. There were people left out in the cold, homeless community, things of that nature. So something else I think that we should consider as a council is looking forward to this next upcoming winter, which, is, right now it's August, but you need to plan for these things ahead of time. So last year we got caught in that, what was it called? Not a deep freeze, or I can't remember what they called it,
Yeah.
Arctic freeze or whatever. And we were trying to be reactive, and by the time we were trying to help these people out, it was kind of too late. And so I think that it's our responsibility as a council and as a community to be proactive and get out in front of these situations before they take place. And so I know it's crazy, it's hot outside, but it's something I think we should think about. The budget's coming up, and perhaps we should set some money aside and develop some type of plan so that if that happens again this winter, we're prepared. That's it.
Thank you. I can say I've already talked to Chief Hargis about this, and it's definitely something that's on the radar, so we'll continue, further discussions. Councilmember Safer.
I further endorse that idea of having a plan in place, probably no later than November of this year, if we can, so we're prepared. Second of all, we often welcome new businesses to town, and that's great. We should do that. But I would also like to welcome new residents and existing residents and encourage them to take an active part in the civic function of the city. There are all kinds of boards and commissions, other activities that they can take part in. And I would encourage you to go to our website and become active. And again, all the new residents, welcome.
Thank you for that. Councilmember Toll.
In talking about the cold weather, I just think, I would like to say Chief Freeman did open up the lobby and we had blankets and items donated, and we did have a place to go for every one of those days. But yes, there has been planning for the future to have an emergency way to fit that need, but I didn't want to discount what Chief Freeman did last winter. I wanted to remind everyone, last meeting we talked about the road district and their plans for possibly resurfacing Armour Road. The next meeting is this Friday at 3 o'clock in Conference Room 2. I'm not sure if that's been moved here or not, but I will be here. So if we need to get somewhere, I'll make sure that we can all get there. I also wanted to say thank you to Mr. Sands for your work with the water infrastructure. I think that's going to be one of the biggest things we have to tackle as a council as soon as possible. And I wanted to thank the mayor and staff and council on getting that mask ordinance out. I know that it was a lot of work. It looks like you did it seamlessly, but I know there's a lot of work behind the scenes to make that happen. And thank you for always taking the safety of our community as top priority.
So if I can just follow up on your one quick question about the road district meeting, we have put in a note to them that this room is available for that meeting.
And one more question back at you. Conference room 2 is which conference room? That one? Okay. Oh.
Far corner.
It's the one with the glass around the corners, on
Okay.
the corner.
Yay, it's small
All right.
space.
We'll have to map that out. Councilmember Smith.
Welcome to the first of, give or take, 100 meetings between August and September. We'll be seeing you guys, give or take, twice a day. Everybody, please go get your vaccination. I can't say it enough, and I'll keep saying it. Please go get vaccinated. It's the best thing you can do for your neighbors. That's all for me.
I think that brings it around to, is that it? Me? I did the mask order. I don't like wearing the mask anymore either, but with the new CDC guidance, increasing hospitalizations, talking to Dr. Reiches at the hospital, this scenario is not getting any better. It's getting worse, and it's happening very rapidly. Since we got this memo in this packet, I talked to them this morning. These numbers are already dated. These aren't good. It's worse than this up there now. So, I did this, to protect, in the best interest of the city. And so I'd not really have much else to add to that. I have to thank Tom Barzee and Kim Nakahodo. We're not Kansas City with a team of 50 lawyers. We have one. And they were able to achieve this in just a few days, on many hours, and including a weekend. So I appreciate both of your efforts on everything. And that's all I have this evening, which usually I'm calling for an executive session. But tonight's a nice one. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So
Move
moved.
to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor, please say yes.
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 Opposed, no. We are adjourned.